So I got back from the gym not too long ago, and I already had my protein shake and had made some food for later. Did about 600 calories today in cardio alone, and then did a leg day with some abs. So that was a pretty good day. Probably, I just in my head I kind of estimate that as like 700 minimum calories. Um, and then obviously your recovery is going to help with caloric burn and all of that. So just trying to get back on track. I'm still down over 100 pounds from my all-time high, and I just want to keep that way and I want to lean back out. Uh, but overall, I'm doing pretty good there. I had a thought though at the gym. So many people, they don't want to eat healthy. They find excuses all the time. They'll keep candy on hand and they'll eat that. A lot of times it's convenience. If you have candy around, then you're more likely to eat it. I was thinking, one of the smart things to do is to make it part of doing something like it used to be. You used to go to like a soda parlor, an ice cream parlor to get ice cream, to get a bottle of pop. You had to go out and get it. You didn't have it at your house. So I think that that's a key to make going out and getting these things part of just it's an activity. Like they have coffee shops. Well, maybe you should quit having pop at home unless it's going to be part of an activity. If it's like, let's say it's movie night, right? You're having a movie night, or the other night I went to the drive-in with uh with the girl I'm dating, and I had popcorn, I had onion rings, I drank some of her pop, just a little bit because I typically drink water, and we had candy. You know, I let myself go for that because that's just part of the event. That's part of what you do when you go to the theater. Now, I don't have candy on hand all the time here. I typically try not to eat it. But during that time, I let myself go. And for the popcorn, I always love to douse it in their butter, even though it's not real butter. I know that, but again, part of the experience. So, I think that's key. Also with like ice cream, um, if I if I want an ice cream, I'll take her out with me and we'll get ice cream, as opposed to having it on hand here. That way, uh, I only eat so much, right? I'm not going to go out and eat nonstop ice cream because I can't. I can't. Well, I could. I could just keep buying it, but you know, typically you get one thing, even if it's a large, and that's what you eat. And then like I said, it's just part of the event. It's part of the experience, as opposed to sitting down on the couch playing video games and eating ice cream and eating your Doritos. And oh, maybe I'll watch a little bit of sports. I'll watch other people who are actually doing something. Come on. I this you want to live your own life, and so this is what a lot of people forget is that a good majority of your health, your gains, is actually going to be found here in the kitchen, especially coming out of your refrigerator. So you want to have, fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, or frozen, because there's nothing wrong with frozen. I make my protein shake out of frozen fruit. Gets my fruit in. I put frozen spinach in it. Gets that in. Sometimes I'll make wraps with lettuce and onions and peppers. I like to put jalapenos in them too. Olives. Jalapenos though, that the saltiness of the olives and the spiciness of the jalapeno really help to bring a lot of flavors to the surface that are easy on the palate, that help you have less like cheese or less dressing or whatever you want to use. So I find that has helped me a lot. But you want to have this stuff on hand and you want to actually eat it. There's so many people, it's amazing. So many people will say, "Oh, it's so expensive to eat healthy." Oh, the vegetables, the fruits that I bought, they actually rot before I can even get them home. It's like, no, they rot before you're eating them because you're a fat, lazy piece of crap who just does, you sit around all day, you eat Doritos, you candy, Hershey's bars, you'll drink pop all day long, but you won't touch a fresh strawberry because that would be, you can't handle that. You just want to have them in your fridge, so you want to buy them so you feel like you're eating healthy. So you can say, "Well, I have strawberries." You have to actually eat the damn things. So, so many people, it's amazing how many people will try to justify their bad habits. Honestly, I would say if you're 25 or older and you're fat, that's completely 100% on you. You have complete control over your body. I mean, you could have a disability, you could have something like that, but at the end of the day, your body is the one thing in the world that you own. And as if you're, especially if you're able-bodied, you can move your limbs, you have no pain, unless it's self-induced by being overweight. But if you have no pain, then you have no excuse for not just controlling what you put in. You can't even control what you put into your body. Then what can you control? Absolutely nothing. So, these people, the Americans, I don't know what it is about these people. They just want to justify eating the original motor oil, having everything fried in that vegetable oil. Look it up, that's what it is. And just all of this stuff where there's no nutrients. They kill all the nutrients. It's just all processed oils, preservatives, things that kills. I mean, look at how many people will continue eating things full of red 40, drinking Gatorade full of red 40, even though we know it's toxic. So, yeah, it is just unbelievable what people will go through. So again, I just think if you're gonna eat something bad, make it part of an event. Like for example, movie night, you might have pizza. Perfectly fine. Even better if you make the pizza at home where you know all the ingredients. And by the way, it's actually kind of fun. Where you know all the ingredients that are going into it. If you go to Domino's, for example, the stuff they're making can barely be called pizza. Uh, they're using things to, I can't remember exactly what it is, but the cheese is fake. They're putting a whole bunch of crap in the bread, if you can even call it bread. So, in Europe it would be illegal. So we need to take actually eat foods that are fresh. But if you're going to eat bad, just make it part of a date night, make it part of an experience. Don't make that part of your daily life. That's what I see so many people doing, and then they try to justify it. So that was something that I was just thinking about while I was at the gym today. And so yeah, and then also I let this cast spilled over a little bit when I was cooking these lentils earlier. I haven't eaten them yet. But another thing I'm doing is I got I got some salt that it has more electrolytes because it's less refined, and they dry it using just the sun and good stuff like that. So far, I've been trying out. I do like it. I actually put some in my protein shake, which I shockingly was actually quite good. I didn't put very much in, but it was pretty good. So, and I have some in that. I'm trying to use this salt so I get more electrolytes in because I noticed that I've been trying to go harder on cardio and I'm getting headaches and stuff, even though I'm drinking plenty of water, but I'm feeling more fatigued and everything. So I'm trying to balance that out. Um, I also quit a few supplements I was taking, I'm not taking right now. Don't know if that's going to make a difference because I was taking them before, but I'm just trying to find like a balance there, and then maybe what I'll do is add one back in at a time, see what it does, and try to isolate the issue. I was able to isolate, that's how I was able to isolate that ashwagandha is making me tired. People say it helps your mood. It didn't help me at all, it just made me tired. So, you know, things like that. That's one way you can kind of figure things out for yourself. But yeah, so key takeaway from this is make food part of a overall experience. Don't just sit down and eat crap every single day.